web service provided by Amazon Web Services that allows you to create and run virtual servers in the cloud. It provides scalable computing capacity, enabling you to easily adjust resources to meet your application needs while only paying for what you use. Okay, let me explain what I mean. Um, okay, Amazon EC2, right? It gives you the ability to create virtual servers that we discussed in our last slide. So you can easily create a virtual server. You don't need to have a physical server on your laptop. All you need is to have an account registered with any cloud provider like AWS, GCP, um, Alibaba, Salesforce, and many others, right? Just have an account with them, and you can be able to have a server running in minutes with just the cloud provider. So that's what Amazon is to do for you. It gives you that leverage to create virtual servers in the cloud. Okay, I'm getting audio feedback. Where could that be coming from? Okay, I would continue. So
Check if you are streamlining the YouTube. If you are watching the YouTube streamline,
okay, please, if you are watching if you are streaming it, please um you can mute yourself. Thank you very much. Uh, just a minute. So yeah, Amazon EC2 is a service in AWS that helps you to be able to create and run virtual servers in the cloud. So it gives you a lot of leverage, a lot of benefit because you're able to scale your capacity. What does that mean? If you have a server that is 2 gig of RAM and the workload you want to run on that server as the workload you want to run on that server, okay, is more than or is getting more than 2 gig RAM, you can be able to scale your server to probably 4 gig RAM easily with just a click of a button. That is what the cloud provider will do for you. Okay. So yeah, we will now you look at the features of Amazon EC2. What are the features of Amazon EC2? From the diagram here, we can see that one is scalability, another is a seamless integration. We have robust security measure, flexible pricing options. We have versatile instance type. Okay, what does scalability mean? Scalability means that you can automatically adjust computing capacity based on demand. Just like I said earlier, if you have a server that is 4 gig RAM, for instance, right, and you are running out of space or storage because your workload is getting much, you can be able to easily scale on demand. And there are various services in these cloud providers, for instance, in AWS, like auto scaling, that can just help you to scale automatically. You don't need to be there to be monitoring it when 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 the storage or the CPU utilization is getting low. You can easily scale. It will scale by itself and shrink by itself based on demand. So that's one of the things you get. Seamless integration. You can see here, it says easily connect with other AWS services like S3, RDS, and Lambda. So there are a lot of AWS services, like thousands of them, a lot of AWS services, right? So, but when you have Amazon EC2, right, you can be able to easily connect to other services like S3, RDS, and Lambda, a lot of services. It gives you a seamless integration. The third thing we have here is a robust security measure. I mean, the cloud, there is a lot of ways to secure your application, to secure your server. And few of them here is the use of AMI, which is also a service in AWS. It's called Identity Access Management. It's basically for administration, for creating users and groups and giving them access privileges based on their level of functionality. So that's for security. We have VPC, it means a virtual private cloud. Basically, it just means creating a section of your own cloud where you can put your resource securely. And we have security groups to protect your instance. So basically, in the cloud, there are a lot of services already integrated in the cloud that you can leverage to secure your Amazon EC2. We have the flexible pricing option. The pay as you go, reserved spot instance for cost management. What do I mean? In the cloud, you can easily get, there are a lot of instances, just like you have a laptop that has a 4 gig RAM, another laptop that has 8 gig RAM and the likes, and you can go to the market and choose which one you want based on what you need it for. That is the same thing in the cloud. There are much more in the cloud, thousands of EC2 instances that you can choose from based on the kind of workload you want to run. So you are not limited. You have a lot of options and even pricing option. You can see the pricing options per month. You can be able to choose flex. It's flexible. And the last thing we have here is the versatile instance types. Just like I mentioned, you have a lot of instant types that you can choose from depending on the workload you are trying to run. So you are not limited. You have that flexibility to choose either instance A or instance B based on that which fits into the task or the project you are trying to run. So this shows the features of Amazon EC2. You can see the benefits: scalability, seamless integration, robust security measure, flexible price option, versatile instance types. So to move on, we'll be seeing that we've seen the use cases of Amazon EC2. And when I talk about use cases, I'm talking about real world success stories of people that have used the cloud, like the cloud. So and I believe that seeing my screen, you can be able to identify some of the companies that are here, their logos. This is Spotify here, AirBeam, Penetrest, Netflix, and NASA. So just to look at how these companies have integrated the cloud and how it has helped them. The first one is Netflix. Netflix fully migrated to AWS for scalable, fault-tolerant global content delivery, optimizing streaming experiences. So what do I mean? Netflix that we use today and stream a lot of movies and we enjoy it. At some point they had physical servers, but as they were progressing, as they were getting more bigger and larger, right, people were using it more and more. Thousands of users worldwide, even millions. They had to migrate their resources to AWS so that they can have that scalability benefits, that fault tolerance. They can be able to deliver their content globally, not limited to where they are alone, right? And even give us a good streaming experience. So Amazon EC2 fully migrated to AWS, and right now, when you go to Netflix and you're streaming a particular video, you are actually benefiting from the cloud. Another company we have here is the AirBeam. AirBeam is a rental company whereby you can book. So you can book rentals basically. So AirBeam uses AWS for websites, app, data management, enabling scalable infrastructure at peak seasons. So just to give you a perspective, there are, like, let's look at it now. When it comes to like a festive period, people often make orders more in festive period because you want to get things to just celebrate the festive period. That is how it is in AirBeam, right? There are times of the year whereby people make bookings more, and by doing that, they are engaging more on the application. So the application at that point in time is taking more traffic. So by using AWS, AirBeam was able to scale their infrastructure during those seasons that are peak, during those seasons whereby they have a lot of requests coming in and can lead to what a spike in their server. It can lead to a breakdown, but because they have utilized cloud providers like AWS, they are able to scale effortlessly in those peak seasons. Another company we have here is Spotify. I believe everyone on this course should know Spotify. Spotify is a leading streaming platform for all kinds of music, a lot of them. So Spotify uses cloud services from Google Cloud Platform like GCP, yes, and AWS to store and deliver music to millions of users globally, enabling a personalized recommendation and playlist. So Spotify that we use and we enjoy, you are sure that when you take your phone and go to the app, Spotify, you are sure that you will be able to stream a music. You are sure that They can't even have that time. You don't even believe, at some point, you don't even believe that they can have a downtime again because of how consistent they have been over the years. But this company, they use cloud providers like GCP, AWS to store those music content and deliver music to millions of users globally. And they also use services in these cloud providers, like for AWS now, there's a service called there are various services, I don't want to go into that you can use to do analytics and create a personalized recommendation and playlist. So another company we have here is NASA. We know NASA is a space agency, right? And NASA has adopted cloud like AWS, Azure for research, storing, analyzing space data, boosting efficiency, global collaboration, and cost saving. So NASA is using the cloud for their research to store, to analyze this data they get from the space and to be able to make critical decisions. And the last one we have on our list here is Pinterest is also a company that focused on serving images, right? It uses AWS for storing and managing user-generated visual content, serving images quickly, and scaling their platform efficiently. So with this, we can be able to see how using a service like Amazon EC2, right, or in general cloud providers has helped these companies to be able to improve and progress over the years and even create a lasting impact um, on the whole continent. So right now, I would want to do something very quickly. This is a setting up an EC2 instance step-by-step guide. I want to do this quickly just to give us a quick practical and just to see how to launch an instance, how fast it can be and how quickly it can be compared to physical servers managing them. So permit me to edit my slideshow and show us quickly what I mean. Okay. Can you confirm if you can still see my screen, please?
Yes, I can see your screen at my end.
Okay, thank you very much. So I'm trying to log into my Amazon EC2 account, right? I've registered an account already, so I'm trying to log into it. Okay, just to give us a quick insight. So I have an MFA code here. I need to get the code very quickly. It's for security. Okay, yes. As you can see, I'm logging into my console. Just to give us a quick insight on how fast it is when you are creating a virtual server, right? Because I believe it's important, even as we discuss the theory part of it, doing a quick practical also will aid our understanding and comprehension. So this is my this is the AWS website. This is my own account. So this EC2 here, basically, or I can even search here if I want to. I'll be able to get EC2. So I have EC2 here already. Okay, that's running. In a minute, we'll have that running. So this is this is AWS, and I want to launch an instance. I want to set up a virtual server in the cloud, right? So it says launch an instance from here. I can click launch an instance right here, and yes, launch an instance right here. So all I need to do is to give it a name. Let me give it a name. Just first, let's just a very just a tag to identify what you are trying to do. So if you are trying to do a WordPress, you can just name it WordPress, but just leave it as first instance. Then I can choose any of the operating system I want. I prefer Ubuntu, just my preference. And then yeah, I'll be choosing the Amazon machine image also. That's Ubuntu Saver 2024. There are different versions there. I can go with the lower version. Yeah, and then confirm changes. So yes, these are the instant type I was talking about earlier, that the Amazon is to give you flexible options to choose instant type. So you can, if I drop down, just do a drop down, you can see a lot of instances right here, a lot of them. And if I even want to even go to compare instance type, you will see a lot, more than 100. I don't even know how many there are, but there are lots. But basically, you just choose that particular instant type that can undo the workload you are trying to run. So you can see here, you can see one vCPU, meaning it has one CPU and 1 gig. So I'm not doing anything. I'm just launching an instance. So this is okay. And then you can choose a key pair for security. This is my security group too for security, to make sure that I limit my access. So that's basically it. And my storage is 8. It's okay. 8 gig RAM, just like your normal laptop. So checking from here, I'm doing a review. That's okay. We can easily launch our instance. So I'm clicking launch instance now. It will take just some seconds to a minute. My instance has been initiated. Instances. So just a minute. Okay, I have some numbers of instance here running already, but this is the instance we ran just now, the first instance. So I'll just refresh to make sure that it's up and running. That should not take a minute at all. That is how fast you can have a virtual server running with a lot of storage. So refresh again. So we have it running already. It was pending earlier. It's running now. So I will just access it here, and that will be also. I'll click on connect to access it. So I click on connect. There are different ways to access your server basically, but to do it in a simple way, just connect. So just in a few seconds now, we'll be inside our virtual server. So what does it mean? I've left my local computer, and I'm now in a virtual server that is in North Virginia. If you can look at here, you see North Virginia. That's the region I am. I'm sure North Virginia should be in US. Yes, if I'm not mistaken. So right now, I'm in my virtual server. I can interact with it, right? And it's Ubuntu. So I can interact with it. I can install things on it. I can do a lot of things on it if I want to. But I have a server that I'm accessing through over the internet. I have access to it over the internet. This is it here. That is how fast you can have a virtual server running, up and running. So I believe that that should help in our comprehension. So just to not continue very fast again because of our time. Okay. So these are the steps I listed out here. I signed into my management console. I just did it just now, and I put my credentials. I went to my EC2 dashboard. Then I choose an Amazon image. I choose Ubuntu for me. I just did it now, and I choose an instant type. I choose T2 Micro because I'm not doing anything big. I'm just launching an instance, and that's all. Then I configure the instant details by choosing some security groups, and yeah, some security group and my key pair. And add storage. The storage that we added was about 8 gig storage. We added a tag. We named it first instance, right? And I configured my security group. I choose the one I already had before. Then I just clicked launch instance, and my instance was up and running. And I connected to it using the connect button on the AWS platform. So that shows you how fast it is to connect, to have your instance up and running. So I hope that gives us a holistic understanding of how EC2 instances are, looking at their history, right? Looking at their history, looking at the meaning of virtual server, understanding what EC2 instances are, and looking at their futures, looking at what they bring to the table, seeing a reward scenario of how um, using the cloud and EC2 instance also has impacted organizations. So I hope that has helped us and I've learned one or two things. So we'll now move to the question part of it. So I have 3 questions here to ask the audience. So anybody can answer my
I have a
question.
question first.
Okay, just a minute. I will give you the chance to ask your question. Is that okay? Okay, thank you very much. So just to go through this question very quickly. The first question here is, what does EC2 instance stand for? Anybody in the audience can answer the question. You have EC2 Compute Cloud, Elastic Container Cloud, Elastic Communication Cloud, Elastic Compute Cluster. So which one stands for EC2?
Elastic Compute Cloud.
Okay, that's correct. Thank you very much, Elizabeth. So another person, please, for the next question, what are the pricing options
Compute Cloud.
available for?
Elastic
Yeah, thank you
Compute
very
Cloud.
much. Thank you very much, Ibrahim, as well. That's correct. The answer is A. And then, what are the pricing options available for EC2 instance? The A is pay as you go, on demand, prepaid, and daily. Someone else should please answer
Pay
the
as you
question
go.
if you. Okay, thank you very much. That's correct. You have pay as you go model, meaning you pay for what you use, basically. So the next question we have, another person, please, you answer the question also. What is the primary benefit of Amazon EC2 scalability feature? Answer is increased security, automatic adjustment of computing capacity based on demand, higher storage capacity, enhanced user interface. So someone else that have not answered any question should please try and answer the question. Okay, anybody from the audience? Anybody? Can you hear me? Okay, I'm not hearing any response.
Okay, I can hear you.
B.
Okay, sir.
B.
Okay, B. Okay, B, yes, thank you very, I think that should be Kolawole, if I'm right. Thank you very much. The answer is automatic adjustment of computing capacity, because it helps you to scale in and out based on demand. So thank you very much for that answer. That's correct. The answer is B. And the last question we have is, which of the following is a feature of Amazon EC2 security measure? We discussed this. A is no user authentication. B, integration with AMI and VPC. C, lack of encryption option. And D, no control over network traffic. I think someone from from probably the project management to please answer this question. They are available.
The answer is B, so that we don't waste time. It's already 9:44.
Okay. Yeah, the answer is B. Thank you very much. So we can have some questions. I think someone wanted to ask a question earlier. I'm right.
Time is up now. Maybe another time.
Okay, okay. Thank you very much, everyone, for having me and giving me the opportunity to share my knowledge.